Academics Director Ashok Sir, Vice Principal and HOD Sir, our Chief Guest and Director for R&D, and the resource person from Integral Technologies, my esteemed colleagues and dear participants. I would like to start the quote by Albert Einstein. So, education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. I, Marini VL, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, EPCET, extend a very warm welcome to all of you to this 6 days faculty development program on analog and digital IC design flow using Cadence tools at our esteemed college. It is both an honor and privilege to have such distinguished personalities present here. As we embark on this journey of learning and growth, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you joining us. So this program marks an important opportunity for us to deepen our understanding and expertise in the rapidly evolving field of integrated circuit design, a cornerstone of modern technology. To commence our program, let us seek the blessings of the Almighty with an invocation song. I invite Shivani Gupta to sing the invocation song.
सुप्रभात. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. माता जकी पार्वती पिता महादेव. माता जकी पार्वती पिता महादेव. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. माता जकी पार्वती पिता महादेव. माता जकी पार्वती पिता चार भुजाधारी. एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी. माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूस की सवारी. माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूस की सवारी. पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा. पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा. लड्डुअन का भोग लगे संत करे सेवा. लड्डुअन का भोग लगे संत करे सेवा. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. माता जकी पार्वती पिता महादेव. माता जकी पार्वती पिता महादेव. धन्यवाद.
Thank you, Shivani, for the beautiful invocation song. So now I request all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly light the lamp and pay floral tribute to our founder chairman, Dr. S.M. Venkapati ji. I request one of the external participants to kindly join. Thank you all. I take this moment to extend my sincere gratitude to our founder chairman, Dr. S.M. Venkatiji, for his visionary idea of establishing this educational institution. What was once a sapling has now grown into a large, flourishing tree, nourishing countless minds. I also warmly welcome our Honorable Chairperson, Srimati B.L. Ramadevi Venkatpati Ma'am, and our dynamic CEOs, Sri S.V. Pramod Gowda Sir and Sri S.V. Rajiv Gowda Sir, in their absence here. But they have conveyed their best wishes for the success of this event. It is my honor to welcome our esteemed Senior Vice President, East Point Group of Institutions, Dr. Prakash S. Sir, who has unwavering support and encouragement, drive us to excel in the latest technologies and organize impactful events like this. I would request Dr. Anita Ma'am to welcome SVP Sir with a bouquet. Thank you, ma'am. I am privileged to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Somshekhar Hanmantaya, Product Manager at Entipal Technologies Private Limited, Bengaluru. I would like to request Dr. Jayanti ma'am to welcome our chief guest with a bouquet. Thank you, ma'am. It is with great pleasure that I welcome our principal, Dr. Mrityunjay V. Latti sir, whose steadfast encouragement is vital to the success of programs like this. We welcome you, sir. I would request Dr. Chandrappa sir to welcome principal sir with the book. Thank you, sir. It is with immense pleasure that I welcome our academics dean, Professor Ashok Heru sir, whose encouragement is vital to the success of this program like this. I would request Dr. Rajesh L sir to welcome Ashok sir with a bouquet. I am delighted to extend a warm welcome to our Vice Principal and HOD of our ECE department, Dr. Yogesh GS sir. His extensive experience and expertise are instrumental in the successful initiation and execution of such programs. We welcome you, sir. I would request Parvati ma'am to welcome HOD sir to the bouquet. A hearty welcome to our R&D Director, Dr. Prahlad sir. I would request Navya ma'am to welcome Prahlad sir with a bouquet. Thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our resource persons from Entipal Technologies, Mr. Rajendra P., Field Application Engineer. So I would request Savita ma'am to welcome Rajendra sir. I would also welcome Rakesh PR, Field Application Engineer, Entipal Technologies. I would request Sandhya ma'am to welcome Rakesh. A warm welcome is also extended to all the HODs of various departments and faculty members of EPCET, as well as the faculty members from other colleges for participating in this FDP. Now, I would like to invite our Honorable SVP Sir to address the gathering.
Yes, good afternoon. I thought you people are aware or not. Good morning. Very happy to see more students than faculties here. Good that it is a student development program. Many times our duty is to empower the kids rather than the teachers, but it becomes evident today that if you don't upskill ourselves as a teachers, the way the generations and the student 4.0, I keep on telling this, industry 4.0 was when a lot of new technologies came. Student 4.0 is different. So his expectation has gone up very high, and it's good that we still come on upskilling our faculties here. Respected dignitaries on the dash, let me thank first the complete team of Enterprise Technologies for having partnered with us for this FDP program. Thank you for their time. Thanks to Mr. Somshekhar sir, Mr. P. Rajendra sir, Mr. Navneet Kishan for being part of this event and being the resource person for this event. Let me congratulate the electronics department for taking this FDP program, especially at the time of where there is a huge revolution happening in India, more specifically on chip semiconductor space. So, I'm not an easy guy to speak on something on EDA tools, but early part of my career I worked on VHDL and Verilog stuffs. So I have few stats today to share. I'm just looking out, sitting here, what could be the semiconductor industry happening up in the world. Last 1 year, there is a drastic change. Last 1 year, just. So, in 2023, this industry was $580 billion. $580 billion. It is going to cross 1 trillion by 2030. Semiconductor industry is at the verge of transformation. Another one stat. Today, AI is not at the application layer. The punchline is AI is on the device. That means AI is on the chip. I don't know how many people really follow. Exactly yesterday, I reposted NVIDIA's new chip. NVIDIA's new chip. Today, if you see the NVIDIA market, took over almost everybody. This is the only chip which can process large LLMs. And today AI is a part of the chip. That means AI is not in the application layer. AI is on the chip. We always spoke about let us have operating system on the chip. People used to know that RTOS, real-time operating system on the chip. Now people are saying AI on the chip. There is a use case where people should know about this. My operating system on the chip was not new. It was not even disclosed to the world. Intel had operating system in their tiny chip long back, which was not disclosed to the complete world. One of the research scholar of one of the great author called as Andrew Tenenbaum, when he was working in Intel, he identified this particular script of operating system, which is actually invented by Andrew S. Tenenbaum, sits in Intel chip. This is where actually intelligence is getting embedded in the chip. And then, of course, they sued the case against him, and Intel apologized for Andrew S. Tenenbaum that they have used his complete technical know-how for their business. Now it started. Now today people are speaking that AI is getting into the chip. So a lot of things are changing. Many times we always feel that India didn't made a leap jump towards the electronics industry or the hardware industry. Till today, 90% of the chip we are importing. One small country like Taiwan today captures 50% of the semiconductor industry. So today we need to build the infrastructure for semiconductor industry. Okay. There is a lot of stats. Then I think the resource person today was telling me that 60% of the workforce, intellectual workforce which works on VLSI across the globe is from India. He told me this stat and I was astonished. Unfortunately, I think we somewhere lagged behind since we had the people who have the skill sets and who had the technical expertise. Why we are not able to build this infrastructure? Still a lot of difference. And today India is the largest consumer of the chip. Chip doesn't mean only on the microprocessor level. It could be on your any home appliances or whatever it could be. Today it's all about people speak that about can I customize an application specific integrated circuit exclusively for that particular application. So things have drastically changed. So what I see the challenges could be there. In 2020-21, the complete chip industry transformed. You know why? There was a shortage of supply in 2020. Why do you think? Anybody, any students? In 2020, huge burst of demand for the semiconductor industry.
Online.
Because COVID impacted, everyone wanted to move from offline to online. There was a huge surge of laptops and other devices, and that burst still continues. Now people feel that it has little declined, but still semiconductor industry is one of the best choice for the electronics students to go and acquire these skills. I request everyone in this industry, the students who are sitting here, you always feel that there is only jobs in the IT industry. No. Electronics industry is also going to take up. There is a lot of announcement that has come down. Let me check it out. There was some stat I was pulling it out. If I see my CAGR of 6.5% growth that is going to happen by 2030, more specifically in the semiconductor market. It is estimated that India itself needs around $70 to $100 billion investment to establish a robust semiconductor industry. This is going to impact hugely in the complete GDP growth of the country. So, when a time was there where Intel dominated the world, today Intel is at the backstage. They have lost the market. A small company like Qualcomm, which used to sell modems for the communication, today they are in the 5G revolution. And one big thing is that Qualcomm is entering into the semiconductor space. It is going to take away the market of Intel, where all my ASICs, they are in the ASICs today, application specific integrated circuits. Qualcomm has entered this space also. So quite naturally, there is already a big, 2-3 big companies have already invested in Gujarat for a large scale production of the chips. So India will be the game changer. It is not only China and Taiwan and US. Next decade for electronics industry could be the India. So it becomes necessary for all of us as a teachers and the students to upskill ourselves. Last message and I'll conclude. World is changing very fast. After the AI revolution, still we are feeling that AI is going to impact in next coming years. No, it's already impacted. Layoffs is happening. Plenty layoffs is happening. Not only in IT sector, but it is going to impact even in the electronic sector also. AI has become an horizontal today. AI doesn't impact only electronics and IT industry. AI is an horizontal. It impacts each and every sector. It will impact banking, it will impact retail, it will impact e-commerce, it will impact financial services, it will impact education sector, healthcare sector. What sector you take, AI is going to impact. So completely new job roles with new skill sets will emerge. The job descriptions totally will be different. When I still remember 2 people speaking about, especially in the computer science sector, when we used to measure all the people coding skills through their GitHub profile. Today, GitHub comes with something called as Copilot. This is a new word in the Copilot. What is Copilot? What is Copilot? Anyone can know? This is a very big word today. It's a very big buzz. Co-pilot andre non-driver, non-pilot, but there is someone called as AI bot which is going to be a co-pilot for me and it will drive me to get the solutions. Today everyone wants to bring a co-pilot for AI becomes a co-pilot. And very drastically what we see the changes is that all high coding jobs are getting into no coding and low coding jobs. Then what is that coding we need to do here? So it becomes inevitable for each and every teaching fraternity. You need to create the curriculum and the delivery of the education should happen where ChatGPT becomes a part of each and every subject. It's not that I will not tell, don't use the ChatGPT. No, I should make the student use it. So, from education per se, for all the teachers who have come here, many times, I think this 10 years back, I used to tell that India is moving from degree-based education system to the skill-based education system. Today I have reformed my statement. Today, as education leaders, we need to change the system. It's not just about the consumption of the skills, it's about the application of the skills. We should transform from consumption of skills to the application of the skills. How do I make this transformation? Something we all need to work out in the education sector. Or else whatever we are teaching today, definitely it is irrelevant for the students who are passing out in next 2-3 years. Very, very critical. Many people may tell that, sir, fundas are there. If the students are good in fundas, they can still create excellent solutions. People are telling that my fundas have changed. My fundamentals itself has changed. So India is at the verge of transformation. People agree or disagree with us. There was yesterday I was sharing with my colleagues a new concept called as Finternet. Heard about internet, no? But someone has heard about Finternet? Just one day back, RBI announces this and tell that Nandan Nilekani presents this architecture about how do I bring the seamless communication of financial services across all the platforms. When UPI came, it was very, very simple. People think that I'm just scanning it and making the payment, but the technology behind is something different. I don't know whom I'm actually sending. I don't know his account number. I can't know his identity. Everything is getting embedded. We wanted it. It was completely indigenous technology by India. It transferred the complete world. Today there is something called as ULI, similar platform how UPI is created. People are creating ULI. What is ULI? What about this? ULI. No updation from teachers. Unified Lending Interface. Very recently, India government has announced this. Unified Lending Interface. I no need to go and approach any bank for any purpose. I can seamlessly upload all my documents. My CIBIL score will be visible. Everyone can approach. I can instantly go and take the loan. It will make all the applications of the financial services to speak to each other seamlessly. That's the architecture they are going to give. Above that, Nandan Nilekani announced about the Finternet. That means it's about the internet on the financial services. He is able to connect all the financial services on one common platform. All financial services get converged. And this could be the greatest revolution that is going to happen. Trust me, this is not owned, that is not copied from elsewhere. This is going to be indigenous technology that is going to happen in India. So things are changing very, very fast. If we still think that, okay, naade nodkonana bidu andre, by the time we'll be obsolete. So my caution to each and every student and teachers is that let us keep with this pace. Or else tomorrow even teachers will be irrelevant. We will also become obsolete. People will think that nothing can add value to the student community. Okay. Let us keep on upskilling, reskilling ourselves with all this FDP programs. Congratulating once again to the ECE department for hosting this FDP program. Thank you once again. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir, for your stimulating talk. Now, I would like to invite our respected principal, sir, Dr. Mrityunjay V. Latty, sir, to share a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, all faculty participants of this FDP program, my colleagues and my dear students. Particularly in the IC design field, today we can say that it is a second sunrise what we are witnessing. So all these years, the design used to happen and the manufacturing was not present in India or in this country. So the companies like the Tata and Philips, they have started the fabrication centers, and definitely it is going to give a lot of opportunities for electronics engineers. And coming to this design process, a decade back we have jumped from 180 nanometer to 135, and today the design level is going for a 2 nanometer, as thin as possible, 1/10 of 1 millimeter, you can say. To that level, the design processes are being considered now. So 3 nanometer is the practical, and 2 nanometer is in the design process. that is how the miniaturization process is going on. And definitely in this particular field, the developments are very much seen or witnessed than the expected one. And all these years, we have seen the premier institutions and the industry going to drive all these such programs. And the faculty development programs are definitely going to throw light and give the avenues for the students to understand and take their career or make their choice in the electronics industry. So the Department of Electronics has initiated this FDP. I congratulate, and definitely the 6 days on all these days be good deliberations on the various aspects of the IC design, both the analog as well as the digital and the mixed mode design. Okay, that is a very important part of the design process. So I wish the participants all the best, and I congratulate the department for conducting this particular program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful thoughts. Now I would request Savita ma'am to introduce our guest.
Good morning to one and all present here. I'll be introducing Mr. Somashekar Haramantaya. He's a product manager at Endure Technologies Private Limited. He's a seasoned sales professional with over 14 years of experience, specializing in marketing, product sales, business development, and services within the academia market. He's a product manager at Endure, where he oversees the business development and support for the Cadence EDA tool, focusing on Indian academic institutions. He started his career as a business development manager, and he has managed IT product sales, including the IP forms, BOPIs, and unified communication and collaboration solutions. He is also being volunteer as a literacy coordinator and occasional service director at Rotary Bangalore Gokul Vidya. And he's also a career counseling. He provides guidance and support for the 10th grade students from rural government schools and colleges across Karnataka. I welcome you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Somashekar. I handle Cadence business development across India right now. I started my career as a sales engineer 10 years back when I was one of a student like you who passed out from college and not clear with my career visions. So I took internship at Bharat Electronics. So there they had a department called standards, which standardizes all the products which is procured from Bharat Electronics. So there I started meeting all these vendors who used to come there to promote their product, services, all that. So since I started interacting with the sales and business development managers, I realized there's a profile for even business development, being from a technical background. So if you see career in any technical domain, you have three kind of career opportunities. One is R&D, research and development, then is application and services, then comes the business development for them. So you have three platforms. Most of us, all we focus is more on development part of it, designing it, R&D, programming. But nobody is focusing on application side of it, or else who's going to service? Just take an example of this projector, which is this fixed here. There's a company which developed this. There's an R&D engineer who designed this. And there's a testing engineer who tests this. Once the sale happens to the customer, there's one more profile left out, services. And then somebody has to come and deliver it to you and also provide a service. And they are also technical people. None of us focus on these domains. So So take any product development, as sir discussed about semiconductor device manufacturing. Yes, there is a huge demand now for designing of these tools. Earlier we were importing all this, only the consuming part and service part we had in the Indian market. Now Government of India is investing on design part of it also. There's something called a program called C2S. I don't know how many of you know. Once this session over, you can check in your mobiles. Go and search for C2S. Chip to startup. Government of India is investing for colleges to come up with some VLSI designs which they can procure from college. If their design is selected, they will be funding for this project. Along with, they're providing tools, whatever the lab facility they need for doing this. So a lot of such projects, internships, and trainings, skill development programs are provided from Government of India free of cost. Skill India website, if you can check, you get a lot of free trainings, all this. But how many of you are utilizing it? I am not sure. I also check with Cadence online support, where they provide internet learning services, ILS. For that, you have to register from department side, where they'll give some logins for you to log into Cadence website and learn a lot of new tools there. Once you learn and get certified, you can get some digital badge for this, which you can post in your LinkedIn, and your profile will be visible for all the recruiters who are looking in VLSI. So there's a lot of discussion. When I'm going to present you in the lab, I'll be discussing on what are the possibilities you have to rectify. Most of the students depend on colleges for placement. Frankly telling you, that is not the scenario now. If you have the right vision, right domain, you're focused on those domains, you start working from fourth sem itself, you will know which are the companies are into these kind of development. And you can write to them for an internship. If you start working for an internship with them, you'll end up getting placed in those companies. Same with Intuple also. If you see Rakesh, they're all once upon a time they're all our internship students. They have procured Cadence, they have learned, trained on those. Today he's working as an application engineer at Intuple Technology. So don't depend on colleges to get you a job. You can actually plan your future by selecting the right companies, right programs, right trainings, and then seamlessly getting educated, then apply for internship. This is the only right way for electronic students to get into it. Don't expect them to come and hire you like an IT company. It won't happen. They'll only see at your skill set. As I told, it's not degree based now, it's skill based education, along with what all projects you have done, what all internships you have done. So these are the important things. So I'll be discussing in my next presentation upcoming. So how is the market right now, and what should be our direction of plan in order to get into industry. Thank you for this opportunity from ECE department, and we'll assure you best service and support in upcoming days also with similar programs. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request our R&D Director, Dr. Prahlad sir, to address the gathering.
Good morning. So, most of you know me in a computer science person, but if you see my career, 1/3 of my work was in VLSI and EDA tools development and EDA algorithms. See, basically when 1995, Texas Instruments started their operations in India around 1995. We used to get only testing jobs. Only testing. Then we used to thought we'd say design and high-level jobs, only US and other places used to be there. But when I was in 2000 in IBM, at that time, the designers, 60% or 50% of the designers worldwide are from India. And even IBM, we used to place a lot of people on site. A lot of designers on site. And this trend continuing, and we were thinking that in VLSI side, we don't have manufacturing, but if you see today, recently in the Narendra Modi's this one, there already we started some fabs in Gujarat. TSMC and other people are starting that. Okay. So basically, at one point of time in the technologies, we thought that Moore's law is almost getting saturated, right? So way back in sometime 2005 time frame, you see that. So you know the Moore's law, most of it, correct? What is that? Chip designs are getting shrinked. Almost every 18 months, the chip design become half. That means the densities, the chip densities are getting doubled or manifold. And there is a limit, right? There is a limit of the light speed, the photon travel speed. That is the limit. And then we cannot go beyond certain thing, and it will go saturated. But it has not happened. Even from 2005 and all, let's see that the Moore's law is not yet saturated. Today, when I'm seeing that, we are 3 nanometers, 5 nanometers is a reality today, right? I think 7 nanometers is already in place, and people are soon we are trying for 2 and 3 nanometers. What is this nanometer technology? So in VLSI, we talk about technology means basically this one. What it means is that the wire width will be of 2 nanometers. In the chip, what you manufacture, the wire width will be the 2 nanometers. Can you imagine what is the 2 nanometer line width is? Your hair is almost at 80,000 to 100,000 nanometers. Your hair width. Okay. And we are talking about nanotechnologies. Most of you might have heard of nanotechnologies. Nanotechnology, the particles are of the range of 100 to 200 nanometers, the nanoparticles. So, the atom molecule, if you see that, it's almost like 20 to 50 nanometers. And the light photons, we talk about photons, right? The photon, different frequency, the particles, photon particles is all like, if we talk about red, it's 700 nanometers, photon particle. But whereas in VLSI, we are trying to target to make a line width, that means to make a gate or a transistor with 5 nanometers, 2 nanometers and all. That is the progress. And these things cannot be done. I mean, basically, in large scale integration, when it was going, we are talking about initially small scale integration, medium scale, and then VLSI. And today we are talking about VVLSI, V square LSI, V cube LSI, and all that. We can talk about that. Okay. And sometime back, another historical, this one is in the 2011 time frame, 2011, just I was attending a supercomputing conference in, I think, Seattle. So there, NVIDIA first, we started looking into that, NVIDIA chips and NVIDIA. And then, see, this supercomputing conference basically will be talking about parallel processing. We'll be talking about parallel computers. It's almost like every 6 months there will be a supercomputing conference, once in US and once in Germany, right? So there they'll be announcing that what is the fastest supercomputer they have manufactured, and then say parallel computing, whatever the highest supercomputer you give that the scientific community are always demanding more power, correct? So we are seeing that movie industry, then and all that. Okay. So then in 2011, when we saw that NVIDIA came and all that, these supercomputers, who will use that? Because mostly it was GPU architectures, correct? So then the biggest consumer of parallel processing was gaming industry, entertainment. And then slowly the NVIDIA started coming into the other parallel architectures. This is called GPU is called SIMD, single instruction multiple data stream. That means basically like matrix multiplications and all that. Matrix multiplication, what is the same instruction we do it, but on multiple data streams. Data elements will be different. They are SMD architecture. So the general parallel architectures are MIMD, multiple instruction, multiple data. And today we are talking about those architectures And now today we are talking about in the architecture, computer organization architecture. When we study that, we study all this. Today we are talking about AI architectures. AI architecture is basically the inherent parallel computers is embedded into the normal computer processing chips. So usually in the computer architecture we talk about the CPU, memory unit, IO unit, and all that, right? So now the basic CPU is basically arithmetic and logical unit. What it means, it basically does the arithmetic operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and all. But today that basic architecture, it can do parallel computing. And at one point of time in India, software programmers means not sequential programming. Anybody does that, they are not considered as software programmers. Only if you have the capability of doing parallel programming, you are able to use that. They are considered software as time goes on. So all this basically we are talking about that. Why? Because is that the technologies are changing very rapidly, and in our basic education system, the learning number of things to be learned are very, very high. At one particular time when we are in VLS, in the IBM and all that, see, it is not that computer science people are different and VLSA, electronics students are different. No, there are certain jobs where you need to know the both programming aspects as well as the design aspects also. So as we go further, and it should be multidisciplinary. Your knowledge should be multidisciplinary. This one, and so Sir said the ChatGPT and all that. ChatGPT, when it takes over, basically it helps us because in such nanometers and all that, certain tasks like verification and all these are very challenging. And when the frequency of the chip increases, like beyond 3 gigahertz and all that, the chip becomes like a microwaves, right? The frequency is going into the microwaves. That means I don't need a conductor to communicate the signal from in the chip from one place to other place. That means when the length is lambda by 4, more than lambda by 4, it acts like an antenna. You know that. So the chip distance is a big challenge. And then checking for the verification, etc. and all that. So there basically we'll be using a lot of AI-based tools and all that. Because earlier manually we were trying to do that and all that. So for education side, but teachers as well as the students, the learning curves are more challenging as we grow up, as the technologies are progressing and all that. And this gives an opportunity, I feel, this FDP, for more of you to get exposed to the tools and then even the tools, how they are going into the nanometers and all that. So the EDA tools design and all that is a big challenge. Okay, those are things which I think this FDP will address. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful words. Now I'd like to request our Vice Principal and HOD of our ECE Department, Dr. Yogesh G. sir, to address the gathering.
A very good morning. Can I have a louder voice? Yeah, this sounds better. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Prakash sir, Somashekar sir, Vijay sir, Ashok sir, and Prahlad sir, respected head of the departments, Kempraj sir, Sitaram sir, Anand sir, and respected faculty members, and dear faculty members from other institutes throughout Karnataka. It's a great occasion and a privilege for me to speak on this occasion. I heartily welcome all of you to 6 days faculty development program on analog and digital IC design flow using Cadence EDA tools. As all of us know that there's a huge demand for VLSI IC chip designs. As Prakash has rightly mentioned, you take any industry for that matter, whether it's an agri-tech, fintech. I think Sarah has given many examples of fintech. Nowadays, even fintech also uses IC chips, to remember. So obviously, what it's boiled down to, it creates an ecosystem for VLSI for higher demand. Very simple it is. In the year 2021, India embarked on the journey of investing huge amount of money for the VLSI industry. It was implemented in the year 2022. Around 56,000 crores of amount has been earmarked for the VLSI design industry. See, that clearly indicates for all of us that there's a huge demand for the VLSI design engineers. If I want to fulfill that demand, a question is how to go about. As a teaching fraternity, if we are empowered to do so to our student community, it's make a real sense in the present scenario. So keeping this thing in mind, I thought all our department faculties thought that why don't we have a faculty development program on analog and digital IC design flow. It's a need of the hour, according to me. Definitely, it will empower all of the student community to get a better job. If I want to empower our students, our faculty should be empowered first, if I'm not wrong. So keeping this thing in mind, we initiated this 6 days beautiful program. I'm happy to share that our management has supported, wholeheartedly to procure the Cadence tool. We have procured Cadence tools from Entopol Technologies. I sincerely thank Entopol Technologies for lending 6 days of training program free of cost. Thank you very much, Somsekhar sir. Let me have a big round of applause for that. As Somsekhar sir rightly mentioned, Government of India has a unique program, Chip to Startup. In fact, under that program, Government of India is catering EDA tools free of cost and also technical training programs. In fact, many engineering colleges are utilizing it. Even I just talked regarding that same with Somsekhar sir. He is ready to support us. And one more important thing is, as Principal sir and Professor mentioned, when it comes to VLSI industry, presently we are working on 2 nanometer. Might be in the future we may go a little bit further numbers also. Might be a decade back, if you think about 1 nanometer, it would have been a very difficult task they would have failed. But now it's reality. See, that's the beauty of technological growth. Each and every year there is a technological growth for the betterment of the society. So keeping all this in mind, definitely I think this 6 days program will help our teaching fraternity in a better way. Once again, I sincerely thank all the participants who have come from a long way to our esteemed institute for this 6 days training program. At this occasion, I sincerely thank our faculty coordinators from our ECE department, Professor Parvati Patil, Professor Malini VL, Professor Savita and Professor Sandhya. My sincere thanks and gratitude to them. Once again, kindly utilize this 6 days FDP program. I wish you all the best. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir, for your supportive remarks. So I encourage you all to actively participate, ask questions, and make the most of the resources and expertise that will enable, that will be available to you throughout the program. This is a unique opportunity to collaborate, innovate, and push the boundaries of what we have and can achieve in IC design. So, thank you once again for being here, for all the participants joined us through online, as well as participants from the other colleges who have joined us today for the inaugural session. Thank you, sir.